In a land where shadows were said to speak, there lived a girl named Adetutu, beautiful like the first dawn after Harmattan, clever like the parrot that never forgets a word. Her beauty was not her pride, but her shadow, for it was said that her shadow danced even when she stood still. The elders often whispered, "Omo e, Oji Ri, this girl's shadow is her spirit." But Adetutu laughed whenever she heard them. "Shadow is shadow," she'd say. "It cannot feed me. It cannot buy me fine cloth." Yet in her laughter hid envy, for while others married, traded, and built, Adetutu longed for something more. She wanted fame, fortune, and the kind of beauty that made even spirits pause. One evening, under the rising moon, Adetutu followed a strange humming from the forest. A voice, neither man nor woman, whispered her name. "Adetutu, Adetutu, do you wish your shadow could serve you?" Fear gripped her heart, but curiosity was stronger. "Who speaks?" she asked. The voice answered, "The keeper of shadows. I can give you what no mortal has, beauty that never fades, wealth that never ends, if you will sell me your shadow." Adetutu hesitated. "And what will become of me without it?" The voice chuckled softly. "You will live brighter, but your nights will never know rest." She thought of poverty, of hunger, of the mockery of her peers. "Take it," she whispered, and the forest fell silent. When she awoke, the morning sun kissed her face, but there was no shadow following her. Yet everywhere she went, people gasped. Her skin shimmered like morning dew. Her eyes glowed like palm wine in sunlight. She was no longer merely Adetutu. She was the girl the gods favored. Rich men came. Traders bowed. Even the king's messenger came with gifts of coral beads. Adetutu's laughter filled the village like rain after drought. But at night, when the lamps went out and moonlight spilled through her window, there was no shadow on the wall, and from the forest, a whisper would return. "Adetutu, how does it feel to live without yourself?" Months passed, and Adetutu's name spread beyond the red earth of Arodin. They called her Ayabo Joina, the Queen of Fire Eyes. For wherever she walked, the ground seemed to glow, and her laughter made the air shimmer. She no longer fetched water, nor pounded yam. Her hut became a palace of mirrors, each one reflecting her beauty, but not her shadow. And in those mirrors, she began to notice something missing. The light was too sharp, the silence too deep. Sometimes when she blinked, she saw another face behind hers, dark, watching, patient. But when she turned, nothing was there. One evening, as she walked through the market square, children began to point and scream, "Auntie, where's your shadow?" Laughter rippled. Thin, nervous laughter that carried like dry leaves in Harmattan wind. Adetutu froze. The sun was behind her, but the ground beneath her feet was empty. No shadow, no outline, just bright light swallowing her whole. That night, as she sat brushing her hair, a low hum filled the air. Her lamp flickered once, twice, then went out. From the corner of her room, a darker darkness began to crawl across the floor. "Adetutu," she dropped her comb. "Who calls my name? Do you sleep well now that you have no rest?" The voice whispered. "Leave me," she cried. "I paid my price." The voice laughed softly. "A price is never paid once." The traders who once adored her now whispered that her eyes had grown hollow, her skin cold. Some said she walked in sunlight, but her feet left no dust prints. Others swore they saw a shadow following her, but facing the wrong way. The village priest, Baba Ogunmola, sent for her. "My daughter," he said, "no one walks this earth without a shadow. It is your witness before the gods." "And if it is gone," she asked. He sighed deeply. "Then you are neither of light nor of darkness. You are lost between worlds." That night, she looked into her mirror and whispered, "Shadow, if you hear me, come back." And from the mirror, a cold wind blew, carrying a single whisper. You called me, now I shall come. From that night, Adetutu no longer slept. Every evening, as the moon rose, she felt eyes watching her from walls, from mirrors, from her own reflection in the water pot. The forest called her name in whispers only she could hear. At first, she thought madness had come, but when she stood before a mirror and saw another figure standing behind her, black, fluid, breathing, she knew her shadow had returned. You look pale, Adetutu, the shadow murmured. Why do you fear what you sold? You are mine no longer, she shouted. I gave you away. The shadow laughed, a sound like rustling leaves and cracking wood. You gave me, but you never asked what I would become. What do you want from me? She whispered. Balance, said the shadow. For every light must cast one. Leave me, she screamed, but the shadow only smiled. Did you not wish to shine alone? Now see what it means to stand without darkness. From that day, wherever Adetutu went, the air grew cold. Palm oil turned bitter, yam turned black. Chickens fled from her steps, and even the elders whispered Ajahn and I, oh, a spirit has taken her place. Adetutu, cried an old woman, you have lost your ori, your head, your destiny. But Adetutu only wept, for in her ears the shadow's voice hummed. We are one now. You cannot walk away from yourself. Orunmila, have mercy, she prayed. If I have sinned, take my beauty, my wealth, but give me my peace. Silence. Then a whisperer, faint and cold. Peace is for those who never sold their truth. Suddenly, the flame from her lamp stretched, long and tall, forming the shape of a woman, black and shimmering like oil. Who are you? Adetutu gasped. I am what you cast away, said the figure. Your fear, your humility, your kindness, all that made you whole. Why have you come? To remind you, nothing truly leaves one who forgets herself. That night, thunder rolled across the skies like drums of the ancestors. Rain fell heavy on the roof, and inside her hut, two voices cried, one in sorrow, one in rage, both belonging to the same woman. The villagers heard her scream. Some said they saw fire pour through her window. Others said her shadow walked out alone into the rain. When morning came, Adetutu was gone. Only her mirror remained, cracked down the middle, and if you look closely, two reflections still stared from within it. Morning came quietly, as if the heavens themselves feared to wake the land. The storm had passed, yet the air was thick with the scent of something unseen. Sorrow and renewal, yet deep in the forest, by the river where the water runs clear as truth, Adetutu awoke. Her fine clothes were gone, her hair unbraided, her skin pale but peaceful. For the first time in moons, she felt no weight on her chest, no whisper behind her. Beside her lay the drum of the ancestors, its hide still wet from rain. She touched it, and from it came a low hum, a sound older than her name. Then she heard a voice, not from the forest, but from within herself. When you sold your shadow, you sold your truth. But truth cannot be buried. It waits for those who return. She fell to her knees. Forgive me, she whispered. Forgive my pride, my hunger for what was never mine. As her tears touched the river, her reflection stirred, and this time her shadow moved with her. Slowly, the two became one again. The forest sighed, the air stilled, even the drum went silent, as if peace had been restored. When Adetutu returned to the village days later, she came not as the radiant beauty they once adored, but as a quiet woman who had seen the face of her own soul. Children still called her Auntie Tutu, but now she smiled without mirrors, without gold, without fear. Do not curse your shadow, she told them. It is the part of you that follows when no one else will. If the sun forgets you, your shadow will still remember your shape. And from that day, whenever people spoke her name, they said, Adetutu, the girl who sold her shadow and bought back her soul. Pride may give you light for a moment, but humility keeps your flame alive. What you cast away in greed may one day come to claim its due. Never sell your essence to the shine of the world, for even the brightest gold fades, but truth does not. And so, my children, when the sun sets behind you, turn and greet your shadow, for it is your silent friend, your witness before the gods, and your reminder that every light needs its darkness. And so, my children, when the sun sets behind you, turn and greet your shadow, for it is your silent friend, your witness before the gods, and your reminder that every light needs its darkness. In the end, Adetutu learned what many of us forget, that every light needs its shadow to be whole. We spend our days chasing shine, yet the part we try to hide is often where our true strength lives. Your shadow is your story, your pain, your journey, your becoming. Cherish it, for even the brightest moon needs a night to glow. If this story touched your spirit, my friend, don't let it fade. Tap like to honor Adetutu's courage. Subscribe to walk with us through more African tales of wisdom, and ring the bell so the next story finds you first.